Hi.
Hi. Listen, sometimes you just got to start over.
We do. Always. Always. It's the thing.
That's how I'm feeling right now.
Holy moly.
I just need to go to bed and start over.
1000%.
I'm so tired.
I'm still there. I'm still in my bed right now.
It's foggy outside.
Oh
it's foggy in my brain.
Yes. Yes to all of that.
Yes. Period. Good night.
Sleepy time. Okay, so this week's is going to be a little bit different.
Yes.
Because we definitely have been feeling the weight of the world a little bit.
Yes.
And I think it's so important. And when we started this, we talked to each other about like the fact that it has to feel good, it has to work, it has to feel like aligned and right and good and fun.
Yeah.
And if it starts feeling a kind of way, that we need to like pause or like regroup, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that just having a week where we were like, this has been a week.
Yeah.
And we usually record on Wednesdays. And today happens to be a Tuesday. You're listening on a Wednesday, but it's a Tuesday. And last week we were just like, today is not the day.
Yeah, we both like had been feeling it leading up to it. Yeah. We had talked ahead of time and we're like, man, I'm not feeling it. And we agreed that we're never going to force it. Yeah. Like we have to be transparent and authentic. And so that morning we both were like, hey,
do we actually just want to go to the mall?
No?
Yeah.
We don't want to do this?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, and it's not that we don't want to, but it's just like, if we don't feel inspired, then no one's going to want to listen to it, you know?
No.
And we want to practice what we preach. And so it's just very important that you have to listen to your body. You don't want to just push through and just force something. And so that day we were like, do you know what sounds better?
Better than that.
Yeah.
Nothing honestly sounds better than going to the mall and doing a mall walk.
Yeah,
like,
that's where all this started.
Top of the list, man. It's such a good time.
But we just needed to like move our bodies and yap. Like we just wanted to talk and move.
Yes.
And so I loved that we both were able to like vocalize that as well, because a lot of times you feel like you don't want to let the other person down.
Totally.
And so I like how both of us can check in with ourselves, but then we also feel comfortable enough to like tell each other, hey,
absolutely,
I'm not really feeling it. And
totally.
You're like, me either. And I'm like, cool.
Yes. Cool, let's go to the mall.
Speaking of,
yes.
No. Oh my gosh.
Dude.
So we went to the mall instead.
Yeah, and it was such a good time.
Everything we needed. And do you know what happens when you listen to yourself and you don't force things?
Oh my gosh.
Everything always works out.
It's like little miracles happen throughout the
beautiful
day.
Miracles.
Yeah, beautiful miracles like bacon.
Bacon.
Like bacon happens.
Because we get to the mall and I was like, man, I want to drink a bunch of caffeine, story of my life, but I didn't eat any breakfast.
Oh
and I was just like, I need to eat something.
Yes.
And we love going to the little cafe that's right next to Nordstrom.
Yes. Our favorite, with our girl Rachel.
Yes.
And our new friend Mackie.
Yes.
Who they were so sweet and so kind. Unfortunately, at the cafe, they have breakfast things, but they all have eggs on it. And
I don't fuck with eggs.
no, just
me and eggs are not friends.
She hates them.
Unless they are in a cake or
where you cannot tell that there's
yes.
eggs. Yes.
I'm not trying to. When I cook eggs for my kids, I'm like, ugh, they smell like wet dog. Every time I watch people eating eggs, I'm like, are you pretending to like those? The texture, the taste,
I don't even
the
know
smell.
what I would do without eggs.
It is.
I literally
I
don't
watch
know.
you just raw dog.
Oh.
You just eat. You just bite into actual boiled farts.
Well, when you put it that way, it sounds
stinky.
so delicious. Oh my gosh.
Anyways.
But we get there and we're like gonna go. Well, first of all, I run into the mall because Jess is there ahead of time. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so glad we're here. This is the best thing. This is exactly what we needed. And she, of course, pops out with like, first of all, she was wearing a Heated Rivalry shirt. And I was wearing my new Heated Rivalry sweatshirt.
We just happened to both show up that way.
Of course. And then all of a sudden she's like, I have something for you. And she pops out a Heated Rivalry shirt, which I'm like, oh my gosh, obsessed. So I was like, oh my gosh, we're already getting gifts. And then
we're already getting gifts.
and then we go to the Nordstrom Cafe and we're like, Rachel's like, where have you guys been? Because, you know, she knows us. And we're like, girl, we've been recording. We've gotten stuff, but we needed a break today. We needed to revive. And so we got our special drinks. And then she was like, okay, you know, Jess needed something to eat. So she's like, well, I could do avocado toast, but like, I really need some protein on there. And so we asked, we're like, hey, can you put bacon on there? And she's like, no, we're not really supposed to do that. So then we told her that we've actually shouted her out a few times on the podcast. And she's like, let me see what I can do. So that girl, she hooked you up.
My mouth is watering right now.
Dude.
Like, she went in the back and just like, she's like an angel chef from heaven, whipping up like the most delicious like treat,
dude,
breakfast treat,
bacon, avocado. She even squirted a little lemon.
And like there was like, what's that stuff you shake all over it?
Like the everything bagel seasoning all over. It was a whole thing.
It was the best. It made my day,
dude.
It's my new hyperfixation food now. Thank you for that.
Thanks,
Rachel.
Thanks, Rachel. Thank you for that. But no, it was just exactly what we needed. And you know, it's so wild that we talk about like the whole gamut of things. Like like literally we were talking about just everything going on in the world, in the US and you know, like all that stuff can be really heavy, but I feel like when you're able to connect with someone, right? And be able to share like what's on your heart and how you're feeling about things and like your worries or just like that, just sharing in the heaviness, then it just doesn't feel so heavy, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna cry. I'm too tired for this today. Okay. I'm just gonna cry. But I just am like, I'm just grateful for you and just having a space that I can like share and just, you know, feel it.
Oh, so, I love you. Girl. You're so sweet.
This was not supposed to be a crying episode.
Oh my god.
Anyway, you know,
I love connection. And when we decided to just like, let's just go and just take time for ourselves. Again, all of these little things, it's like, look at this positive thing and this positive thing. It just kind of started turning things around for us. And then, you know, we joked about getting this amazing breakfast, but like really we got a chance to connect with both of those women. And then the sweet girl who makes our favorite drinks, Mackie, you got to talk to her. And all of a sudden we found out that she loves podcasts and all the same books and stuff. And then next thing you know, she's bonding with us. And
she's like, I'm following you guys.
I
like,
know.
Oh my gosh.
And it just makes
so
it's like makes your heart so full.
Yeah.
Because those things seem like nothing in the moment, but they're just everything. Because you can stare at your phone and see some of the worst, most horrible things. But you have to be able to balance things and still find the good, even if it's just in the tiniest little morsel.
Absolutely. And I think for both of us, because we're both Enneagram 2s, right? Like speaking for... Hopefully it's okay if I speak for you and this too. But like both of us spent so much of our lives like people pleasing and just abandoning ourselves. There's this quote and it's like, I will no longer like make other people at peace to cause war within myself. Right. And it's like, I really have, we both worked so hard on like knowing when to say no to things and how to like prioritize and knowing like when we're at, you know, that space where we're like, ooh, our bucket's really full right now. Like, let's take it back. Like, what do we do to like restore that within ourselves and actually listen to ourselves and listen to our bodies and going throughout our whole lives and just doing for everybody else and never stopping, never slowing down. You know?
And not feeling, at least for me, I used to feel accomplished in burnout. Burnout to me was like, I must be doing such a good job.
It's like a badge of honor.
Like I'm doing so much like that I feel this way. But really now when I start even just a sprinkle of burnout, I'm like, ooh, I need to
reset.
I need to back up and figure out how I can replenish because it's just, like that twos can be very resentful. And so us being able to check in with ourselves and then just shift your day. You know what? Actually, we're just going to do this because this is what we need. And we walked all over that mall.
Oh my gosh. Everywhere.
And then even did a little bit of kind of trying on some clothes, some little window shopping and stuff.
It was amazing.
And it was just so good. Yeah. But at the end of it, we were like, wow, this is everything we needed. Yeah. I felt so much better by the end of it.
For sure. Just because so I was thinking about this morning and I saw this somewhere. I'm not exactly sure where, but it was talking about the different types of rest, you know, because rest is not just physical rest. It can be physical rest, but it can also be movement. It can also be social rest where you're connecting with people who you feel like-minded with or that really recharge you. Because we've talked about this before too. We have people in our lives where we really like them, but we don't feel the recharge. It can be draining, you know, and you can even like the person and feel hey, we connect on all these things, but you just don't feel that lightness. But being with someone who you really when you're done with your time together, you're like, oh my gosh, that was amazing. And I feel refreshed and revived. That's social rest, right? And then there's creative rest where it's maybe you need to be inspired or in awe of something, putting yourself in nature, putting yourself somewhere where you can take a moment and see, you know, be inspired or draw or paint or craft or, you know, make freaking figurines out of clay. I don't know, whatever floats your boat, you know what I mean? But then there's spiritual rest where you're something greater than yourself, right? Kind of connecting with
meditating.
Absolutely. And there's just it's not just oh, I need to take a nap.
Well, because sometimes I'm you know, the rare occasion, I don't even remember the last time I took a nap, but I have in my life taken a nap and then woke up and I'm well, I feel even worse now. Or you just bed rot. Yeah. And then you're I don't feel any better.
No, totally. Yeah.
Or you can sleep for 7 hours and wake up tired.
Absolutely. And I think for me in that moment, so there's a few things that happened. So we went on that walk, and then this last weekend I went away with my family and I just didn't even look at social media at all. Yeah. And it was so hugely restful to me to disengage for just a little bit. I don't want to be one of those people who's ostrich in the sand. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it. But there is a point where more information is not going to make any more sense or help you in receiving that information. It just creates that frantic energy within your body. And it was just so lovely to have that time where we got to connect and then be okay, I need to step away from my phone for a little bit and create like a media rest, and where it's you're not overstimulated. And we went to a place where we were in the forest, and just being in nature, I think, is just so, you know, recharging too. And it's just again, it's listening to yourself. But I don't know about you, I feel I wouldn't have known what that meant 12-ish years ago, listening to myself.
I was so disconnected from my body. I mean, I would never.
How did we start doing that? How did we start listening? If people are on there and being I don't even know how to listen to myself.
I don't know that if you actually wanted to voluntarily start that journey is. I know that for me and a lot of people I know, it life, the universe, certain life lessons that you're here to, you know, cycles you're meant to break, whatever it is, whatever you believe in, forces you. So
so true.
When burnout becomes your baseline and you are just a shell of a human being and you are sleepwalking through life and you're oh, I'm not going to live long this way. I can't do this any longer. There is no other option but to then have start making a change. That's true. So for me, it's more of just being forced, just here you go.
It was breaking point, and then okay, my body's breaking down right now.
Yeah. if you hit rock bottom, the only way you can go is up.
I had kind of a similar situation, but like going through my divorce, then going to therapy. I think therapy kind of like pushed me into like, okay, asking myself questions, because I didn't ask myself questions. I didn't ask what I need.
You know, that it's true, that switch from, because twos are very much like, you can be stuck in kind of that victim mentality, that martyr. It's more of like, and that's fine because you feel you are very justified in that, to be honest. Like, but it's not until you start taking your power back in the form of like, oh, instead of being like, you know, I have to do this because of these people or this situation, or I own a business, or whatever your story is. It's like, once, whether it be therapy, journaling, shadow work, all these things, like when you start asking yourself questions about like, what's my part in my own suffering? Boom, instantly that's your like the first stepping stone to actually finding a different way.
For sure. And I think just even asking yourself like, what do I want, or what do I need right now? You know what I mean? And sometimes that's hard. Sometimes I even have a hard time with that now, where I'll be like, have time, and I'll be like by myself and be like, well, what do I want to do? And I'm like, I actually don't know what I want to do right now. You know, it's like, it's hard when you're in that space of like, you feel like you need to be doing something.
Right. Because the answer is nothing.
Right.
But what do I need right now? And you're like, I need to do nothing. I want to do nothing.
Yes.
I want to just like, but
it's hard to give yourself permission for that.
Right. Too. Because you're like, even if it's like toxic positivity, like I should go on a walk. I should, you know, eat something healthy, or I should, I don't know. The shoulds.
When you should all over yourself.
Oh God.
Damn it.
So just do nothing, and then don't shame yourself afterwards.
But that's the thing, is I think it's hard to be like, is that the answer? Like, is that what I want to do? And then also giving yourself permission to just allow yourself to lay down, or allow yourself to read a book. It's like, there's still tiny little tendrils of like, you need to earn your rest.
Oh, girl, you know me, I have to earn going to the bathroom. We talk about this all the time.
Which, by the way,
you check in like I'm a toddler. Did you go pee? Do you need to go pee? And I'm like, actually, yes, now that you mention it. Because in my mind, we're going to talk about this in a second, but like, you know, undiagnosed, but let me tell you, I'm as ADHD, I don't even know, ADHD, like just neurodivergent as it comes. And so like, to me in my mind, it's like, I'll go pee after I do this, and this. And then it's like, or I can't just stop and just go pee.
Oh my gosh.
It's a thing. Like you pee every like 20 minutes.
Yeah, well,
but
that is facts.
But for me, I just, for whatever reason, I have a mental checklist, and peeing comes after I finish these other things. I make it make sense. I don't know.
So that is, it's the weirdest thing, because that is one of the things where I was starting to like attend to myself, where I actually would be like, if you need to go to the bathroom, go to the freaking bathroom. Like, stop torturing yourself. I give myself
permission to actually go pee.
But it's
a
like,
basic human.
Right. But it's like building that trust in your body, right? Is like listening to your body. So when you're building that trust, it's like, okay, if my body's saying you need to go to the bathroom right now, instead of like prolonging that and pushing it to its limit to where you're in pain, like just allowing it. And then it's like, my body's like, oh, you listened. That's great. Like, then you start building that trust within yourself of like, oh, I actually do listen when my body's telling me to do these things, you know?
Do you know what I started doing recently, which is just so stupid?
Tell me.
I literally started sitting down to eat. And it's like, the most foreign, weirdest thing. Because I noticed that even when I'm home alone, even when there is no one asking me to do anything, mom, I'm not at work running back and forth. I'm just home alone. And I'm standing in the kitchen, shoving food down, thinking about what I need to get done next. And the eating is just like, I'm supposed to put food in my body. Yeah. But instead, I started sitting down and just eating my food. And it feels real weird, but I'm doing it.
That's so fascinating, because a few years ago, I did the same thing. I was like, why am I standing up for every meal? Like, I literally just don't sit down. And like, I wouldn't allow myself to sit down. And I think that that's part of it, especially as women. Like, we feel like there's always something to do. But like, I know, and however this is going to sound, it's just going to sound like it. But I'm like, what would a man do?
I don't know.
Sit the fuck down is what he would do. He'd be like, cool, I have food, I get to sit down. But he's not like sitting there being like, there's so much I have to do, I can't sit down, and I just, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I don't know.
I just think that sometimes we need to be like, what would a man do? And that's what we should do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because they just give themselves unfettered permission to just do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's nothing. Why is it that we feel like we have to stand up? It's almost like, again, not giving ourselves permission to rest. Like, you don't even earn just to sit down while you're eating. You must be doing other things while you're eating, right? Like, you're taking a bite and then you're wiping the counter, or you know what I mean? Like, you're just like, okay, I'm doing this while I'm doing this other thing. And it's
Listen, the only way I know how to do things is doing 10 things at once. Can I tell you what happened recently?
Please, I want to hear it.
And this is not a one-time, thing that happened. So I was home alone, and I thought along the lines of what we're talking about. I'm like, I am going to make myself tea in this new kettle that I bought, and I want to take a bath.
I love it.
I'm going to let myself sit in a bath. Like, wow. Okay. So I decided in my brain, I'm trying to figure out, okay, so if I start the tea kettle, that can be going. I'll go upstairs and I'll start the bath.
Yeah.
And then I'm like getting my pajamas, getting a towel. Okay, I hear the tea kettle going off. Okay. So I'm like, oh no, my tea's ready. I run back downstairs, pour the tea, realize that the tea is scalding hot and I'm not going to be able to drink this in this lifetime. So then I think, well, this needs to sit for a second anyways. The clothes in the dryer need to come out. Okay. And I'm trying to be better. There's literally a mountain of clothes sitting on the couch out of frame.
Just
look away. I'm trying to be better about laundry. So I thought I'm going to take those out and fold them and hang them right out of the dryer.
Love it.
As I'm doing that, I was like, God, I am so tight. Like, ooh, I need to take a bath. Oh my God. I don't know how long the bath water was going for, but when I tell you, I flew up my stairs.
Oh my gosh.
Like bending corners. I was like, I don't even know. It was so crazy. And I get upstairs and the water is like at the top. Stop. I couldn't even put my arm down in the bath to drain the water because it was so full. So then I had to like scoop the water out of the bath so I could then drain it. But guess what? I was like, I'm going to take a fucking bath, damn it. So then I was like, well, now my tea is drinkable. So then I drank my tea as I boiled 4 huge things of water.
Oh my
like
gosh.
A 19th century, like just I'm walking up the stairs and I'm pouring boiling water into this bath because once I drained half the bath out, like there was no more hot water left. So then so whatever. The story is, it may not be pretty, okay? But I had the laundry done. I got to drink my tea and I had a just smoldering hot bath.
Oh my gosh.
And I got to watch Tell Me Lies while I took a bath.
That sounds amazing.
But story of my life when I'm trying to do like all these things at once and I just, I don't know what happens.
Man, it's a lot. But
I'm so glad I didn't flood.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I'm so glad I didn't flood the upstairs.
Dude.
I thought I was going to go upstairs to like the whole upstairs being flooded.
Oh my gosh. Yes. And this is why we need to attend to ourselves so that we're not feeling like our brains are on fuego, you know? But I mean, obviously, like the ADHD is not, it's not just because the world is crazy and
it's everything.
But it's,
But I do need to set timers. You're so good. I'm telling you, I often say, what would Rachel do? Because I have learned so much from just watching you. Like
just timers
at the salon, you multitask too. I hear you clap, 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 clap. You just move super fast through the salon and you're like dumping trashes and doing all that. Like you're just going back and forth.
Oh my gosh.
You're always like flinging towels and all this, everything. But you like, see, if it were me, I would take the trash out, but I would not put the trash bag in and I'd be like, ooh, towels. And then I would start getting the towels out. But then halfway through putting the towels in, I'd be like, oh, the trash bag. And then next thing you know, I would be like going pee in the bathroom. And then I'd be like, oh, I haven't eaten in a while. And then the towels, the trash, and nothing's gotten done. That's me.
You know what, though? I will say that those thoughts do happen in my brain. And then sometimes I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. You have to complete this task.
Moral of the story. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
That's what needs to happen in my brain.
Chill out. Finish this task before you go to the next task.
The way I'm going to tell myself now. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, whoa. That's all we need. We just need a little whoa, whoa, whoa in our lives. Oh, goodness gracious. So, okay, moral of the story. Listen to yourself.
Just listen to yourself.
Rest when needed.
Yeah, do whatever you want.
Give yourself permission.
Yeah.
Read a book.
Go to the mall and walk around.
Mall, have a good bevy. And just, again, it's I know this is like a different kind of episode for us, but it's very on brand for us, to be honest.
Yeah, because we were still in it. We're still not feeling like, we were like, are we okay?
Yeah.
And then we thought, yeah, let's actually just talk about the fact that sometimes you're just not okay.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that especially as people who are sensitive creatures, like things in the world do affect us greatly. And then like our own personal stuff. And then, it just like compiles. And I just think it's so, so, so important to not always have to push through and really listen and just take a step back. And,
And there is no right answer. So for some people, like, turning off their phone, taking a step back is what is best. Yeah. But for some people, like seeing all those videos and then finding people who equally are fired up to where you can then just like go and scream about it and get it out and talk about it and stuff, like maybe that's what you need. Like maybe you just need to go punch a pillow or something.
Honestly,
scream in your car.
This is yes, screaming in my car has actually helped me a lot. I'm serious because
I know.
I think as women, we have so much anger that like we don't know how to express. And a lot of times anger, it's like when you're repressing anger, where you're pushing it down, it's like pushing a beach ball underwater. It's like an active thing. And then when you get tired or you get hungry or you're like at your wit's end, it like that ball pops out and then like carnage happens because it usually isn't towards someone who actually deserves it. It's usually towards like just whoever's happens to be present.
Yeah, or me. It's toward, God forbid I'm in my luteal phase and I'm just like, have I always been this ugly? God. Like everyone's lying to me. Dude, and I hate everything.
But I think like I just didn't know how to express anger in a way that felt like healthy, because I don't think we're given those tools of like how to express anger healthfully without it like being towards somebody else. And so I literally just put on like a screamy song or like a song I love and I'll sing it at the top of my lungs, and then I just literally like scream so hard.
Someone's all knock, knock, knock.
They're like,
are you okay?
Well, this is
and you're like, no.
This is why you do it in your car, because
in the garage.
No one's going to call the police, because if you do it in your house and someone hears you, like a neighbor, like my neighbor, I swear my neighbors are so sweet, but like they would call the police. Yeah. They would come to my house and be like, are you okay? I heard screaming. Like they would. So if you do it in your car, it's your own little place. Even if people hear you next to you, they're just driving on. They're not gonna do anything about it. But I swear, it's just like it's very cathartic. It's like a very like helpful exercise to just like scream. Yeah, I know that sounds random, but it's just
the first time I ever did it is because you were like prompting me to just, and like the music was building, and you're like, okay, the next blah blah blah, we're gonna scream as loud as we can. Do you know that I couldn't get anything to come out?
I remember that.
I literally like couldn't scream. And then when I tried again, it was like this really high pitched like and I don't know, like a guttural actual scream is way different, and it's crazy how my body couldn't even release it. Like
it's like it was holding back like all the years of like repressed like not being able to speak your truth and all of that. It like pushes it all down,
I do.
So being able to like, even if you can't scream all the way out, like just a little bit, or just like singing on the top of your lungs, something where it feels like you're getting like energy out. It's just a little helpful tip. Yeah. So anyway. Well, I love you.
I love you too.
I'm glad we did this episode. It's gonna be a quick turnover since it's coming out tomorrow. So that's what's happening right now. But we love you.
Yeah.
And just know you're not alone in all your feelings, and it's just okay to be not okay. Yeah.
Just cry. Let it out.
Yeah. Or scream. Either one.
Or both.
Cry and scream. That's really the moral of the story. Just express yourself. All right. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Okay, bye.